Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Coffee with Tea. Now, most people know that I love coffee mugs and I love coffee. This is one of my favorite mugs. It says wake, pray, and then slay. Wake, pray, and slay. It was given to me by a good friend, India Wilson, and I love this mug. One of the things I wanted to talk about today, I've been reading this book that was given to me by one of my mentees for Christmas. It's called Black Icons in History. And as I've been reading about these amazing women in history or herstory, it prompted me to ask the question, what makes one an icon? What is it that makes someone what we call iconic? And it hit me. How can you be an icon if you're not famous? And I started to think about who are the people in my life that I consider icons. And the irony is, none of them are famous outside of my own circle or outside of my life. None of them have national or international stature. The people that I admire most and who are icons to me are everyday people who do extraordinary things in the lives of other people. So today I decided to give you three things that you can do to be an icon. One, make an intentional decision to show up for yourself. Now, I know that that sounds crazy, but the more you show up for you, the more that you get a sense of who you are, you can learn what you have to offer the world. The more you know you and the more you show up for you. And what does that mean? It means when things get hard, you don't check out. It means when you say you're going to do something, you do it. That's how you show up for you. People always say half the battle is showing up. Show up before you ever show up for other people. Make an intentional decision to show up for yourself so that you have more inside of you as you work to become an icon. That's number one. Make an intentional decision to show up for yourself. Number two, make an intentional decision to show up for someone who needs you. The people in my life who I consider to be iconic are the people who showed up at just the right time when I needed them most. Now, as many of these women who are considered icons in this book, and there are plenty of women in this book that the world would label as icons. Yep, a whole bunch of them. And there's not to take away from any of them because for the world they are icons. But what makes the people in my life icons isn't that they have national recognition or that their names are instantly recognizable. It's that when I needed them, they took a stand to show up for me. And so, in turn, when I think about my legacy, I think that someday I want kids to say that I was an icon, not because they knew my mantra, I'm the amazing T Street, but because I did or said something at a time when they needed it most. That for me would be an amazing legacy to leave. So, one, make an intentional effort and decision to show up for yourself. Make an intentional decision to show up for someone who needs you. And finally, I would say make an intentional effort to be significant and not seen. I was at an event about 5 or 6 years ago, and I saw someone that I knew, and it was an event for young people, and she was doing no connecting to the young people in the audience. She wasn't doing anything to make an impact or to make a presence for the children. Everywhere the cameras moved, she moved. And it made me sad because I suddenly understood what it means to be an icon. To be an icon, you don't seek to be seen, you seek to be significant. And so I would encourage you that as you're building yourself as an icon for someone, a child, a senior citizen, an everyday person, someone who's homeless, someone who is depressed, someone who is sad, someone who's going through grief, someone who needs you. Don't show up looking for the spotlight. The spotlight ought to be on the person who is in need. And when you show up to help people, don't advertise it, because guess what? Then it becomes about you and not about them. So if you want to be an icon, I want to encourage you to make an intentional decision to show up for yourself, make an intentional decision to show up for someone who needs you, and make an intentional decision and effort to be significant, not to be seen. I'm the amazing T Street, but I can assure you there's absolutely positively nothing amazing in me. That's not in each and every one of you. So today, go out and be an icon for someone else. Have an amazing, amazing day. Happy Monday, everyone.